This rain looks stupid. Yeah, yeah, it looks a little better. There we go. It just looked like a bunch of rain coming right at you. Not even windy, bruh. Huh. It's like no wind, dude. Huh. Wow. Hey, how's it, everybody? Hey, Troy, how's it? How's it? Figure we haven't been up here in a while, so check them out a little bit. As long as it's not raining, I'm happy. I think I gotta clean the lens. Hold on. Clean my phone camera. My camera phone. Oh, bruh. No, that never helped. YouTube is clear. TikTok, not so much. Yeah, whew, bruh. Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. Aloha. We up here tonight, me and Matt. We will walk around, tell ghost stories, lose reception, you know, all that good stuff, yeah? I will try to get to the lookout, but I don't know. I don't know if I can. If I get there, if the reception is bad, I'll be back down. So just hang. Yeah, Kaneohe has had clouds all day today, bro. Like 600 feet off the ground. You couldn't even see the mountains, but no rain. So I figured we go check out the Pali lookout, yeah. And it does not disappoint. This place is just cloudy, no wind, nothing at all. It's awesome. Hey, Lei, mahalo. Oh, bruh. Oh, before we begin, this is always where we do the protocol. Hey, Trifo Gardenia, how's it? Oh, right on. Hey, Chris. Good to see you. Well, tell Portland Andy come down over here. Yeah. Hey, mana, went there one night. Won't ever go back. Never, ever, ever went back. It's not rain. It's a cloud. It's still dry-ish. So we're gonna do a little protocol first, yeah. How we always do them. Just love being here. It just brings back so many memories. Let me try this one. I don't like the light coming right at you guys, kind of thing, right? The rain. That looks a lot better. Okay. Aussie, how's it? So yeah, aloha to the kupuna, aloha to the spirits. Aloha to the warriors, the chiefs, everybody else up at the Pali. My name is Joe. This is Matt. We ask for permission respectfully to be here, walk around, tell some stories. If tonight's not a good night, let us know and we'll leave. But aole pilikia, we don't come here with any kind of problems or disrespect or pilikia. If we inadvertently do something wrong, please let us know, but we try to be on our best behaviors, yeah. With that said, mahalo for allowing us up here. Yeah, 808, how's it? Oh, you know who that is too?
Who?
Oh, Waikiki is on Oahu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's asking if we're on the same island, huh?
yeah, yeah. And we get some cars down here too. This place, mana. Yeah, there's a lot of ghosts over here. You're right. But when I would do the tours, this is our first place, and I'll tell you, coming here as often as we would, all the time, like sometimes 4 nights a week, nothing bad ever really happened up here. You know, like The spirits up here are not angry, they're not vengeful, they just kind of are. And that's the part I like to remember. Like over here, we've had warnings. I'll tell that story a little bit later. We've had conch shell, we've had drums, um, we've had calling spirit, but nothing has ever really been overtly bad or evil or attacked anybody here. Now, Ulupoheya would be the next stop, and over there, there has been a few people attacked when they weren't doing something right, when they were disrespecting. Um, Morgan's Corner, of course, bad stuff happened there. So it's just like this place is never. It's been kind of scary, but it's never. After coming here for a while, it's not a place that really fills you with terror, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's once you can get used to the dark and the quiet over here, it's awesome. Hey, Edward. Um, we would have to alternate when there'd be two guides or two drivers, two vans. One of the guides would do the site. We'd walk up to the lookout, and sometimes a little bit further down the old road. And the second guide would have to wait at the van by where the gates are by themselves for 45 minutes, or up here in the parking lot for 45 minutes by themselves. And that was kind of the part where you realize you're not alone. Yeah, this was before smartphones and YouTube and all of that stuff, so I'm sitting down with my smartphone at the time playing solitaire because that was the best app I had. Yeah. And I learned a lot about sensing and feeling and stuff like that up here. I guess there used to be chairs over here. I don't know what happened to them. One night I was sitting down over here, right in front of us, on this wall here. There were little chairs cut in, and I'm on my phone, looking at my phone, playing solitaire, or maybe it was Minesweeper. I forget. Yeah. But we just cruising over here. I'm just cruising here by myself, and then my I don't have any sight. I'm blind because I'm looking at the light on my phone. And then I hear somebody come walking up to me, and I figure, okay, the tour's coming back. Let's go ahead and get the vans open, get them started up for their comfort. And then I look up, and there's nobody there. And I'm like, huh. I swear, I heard people walking. It felt like people were coming back, and I just waited. And then I kept hearing the footsteps walking around, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's something else then. Right on. Let me see what you wrote over here. We had no control over the car when we was coming back down. Oh yeah, okay, I understand. That could be crazy stuff. Never had pork in the car. Brad, how's it, brother? Brenda, how's it? Okay, yeah, well, yeah. It's always an interesting thing to see how they react. Um, we had a night where we had this is as I said, this is the first stop. This is just mist. It's just a cloud that we're walking through or standing facing. Um, and we had a wounded combat veteran tour. So everybody on the tour was a special, had seen war, they had been wounded one way or another, and they had come on a ghost tour. And these are military people who fought in a battle. Now, keep in mind, you're taking them up to the Pali lookout, which is a battleground. That was intense. The guys, I watched these guys kind of go nuts a little bit. I mean, these guys were like, they stepped out and they felt like they were in a battle zone. They were like, what? They feel like they're being called out. They feel like they need to defend themselves. They feel like, and it's just like, they're like, oh, bro, what's that over there? There's somebody here. Oh, they like fight. Like that. And they're just all wound up. And I'm like, brah, hey, mahalo, thank you. And it occurred to me that night that the spirits here, even both sides, you got the Oahu warriors, you got the Big Island warriors, and they both agreed that these new warriors are not on either of their side. And so they didn't know what to think. Yeah, learning lesson. How's the reception so far, guys? Hey, Uy, how's it? How's it? Yeah, sorry I never say I wasn't going live yesterday. It was rain and things were got real busy and stuff. I hope you guys are all safe and dry. This is cool. Where we stay. Let me show you where we stay. Hey, spooky bestie, how's it? I was saying, yeah, usually I put out a post or something saying I'm not going to go live, but I got busy with a lot of different things last night, so I call him my please forgive me. It's easy to go over and just think of the things that had happened to you when you're standing here, because this place hasn't really changed very much. Hey, Hawaii, how's it? Yeah, yeah, Leverina, it's fun. It's a great place. It's not that bad. We get plenty stories over here, but the history of this place, Christina, is this was a battlefield, yeah? No Baki stories. I can. This was 1795, 6. Wait, I get my other phone on me. I can check them. Because I never remember the date. I know it was April, I think. 1795 on Oahu. And the battle was known as Kalele Ka Anai, the leaping mullet. Like a bunch of fish jumping over the cliff. Yeah. This is where the island of Oahu was won by King Kamehameha. Yep. So a lot of history over here. A lot of cool stuff. But of course, every time you guys go out, gotta respect, yeah. Temperature right now, brothers, maybe about 75, 74. Small kind breeze, and we're standing in a cloud. Yeah. Not as thick as I would have liked it, but it's still pretty thick. We've been okay, so I'll go ahead and tell a story now. Something that had happened over here. Um, we parked all the way outside on the tour, and we had come walking up that little tunnel of trees, and I get one car right over there. I'm not sure what they're doing, but I'm not gonna investigate. So we came walking up, and had this lady who was a psychic on the tour. Yeah, so she was walking up to, and she was right up in the front next to me, and as she was coming up, as we were coming up the road, right before the parking lot, yeah, there was I kind of slowed down a little bit. Like I kind of like felt something, but I wasn't really sure on that kind of thing yet. Hey, Malia, how's it? And so we she stopped us, and she told me that there's an old man coming down down the street, right by the parking lot, yeah. And she said there's an old man coming down the street. He looks like a Hawaiian priest, and he's saying, "Don't come down, don't come up here tonight. We're busy. We're doing something." Yeah. We're doing something that the living are not meant to witness. Something sacred, something like that. I was under the impression that it was something sacred, something kapu. The spirits were doing their thing. And so, the lady told me that there was this man coming down the street, and in my head I envisioned this guy crawling down the street, yeah, on his arms, just crawling. And I'm like, hey, I thought that was kind of weird, but then she confirmed that. She said, oh, this guy doesn't have any legs. He's crawling down the street towards us, and he's warning us that tonight's not a good night to come up. And back then, I was kind of stupid. I'm like, I'm not stupid, but I didn't know what to do. People paid like $50, $60 a person to go on one ghost tour. We get to the first stop, we walk for like 2 minutes, and then the guide's gonna say, hey, sorry guys, the ghost said we cannot come here tonight. That didn't sit well. And so I decided, we'll let the group decide, because it's their group. So I asked the lady, and I asked her to ask the guy, can we just go up to the lookout? And so she looked ahead, and like she was listening to how he replied, looked back at me, and she's like, he said yes. He said, just the lookout though. Don't walk down the old Pali road like you usually do. Just to the lookout and back. I'm like, okay, that's fair enough. So we're walking up. There's no wind. It's clear. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's not a breeze. It's beautiful. It's silent. It's just, you see the stars coming out as we're walking up through this parking lot over here. It was just wonderful. It was amazing. And then we get to the lookout a little up ahead over here, and start telling stories at the lookout and stuff. And then I look at the group afterwards, and I'm like, okay, so who wants to go back? And some people wanted to go forward, and I'm like, okay, I kind of wanted to go forward too. I kind of wanted to push the envelope, even though we're told not to. And so I'm like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and try. And we started walking down the little ramp right towards the old Pali Road. And within seconds now, as we're walking down that ramp, the wind comes up. The place is enveloped in a thick mist, thicker than this, all right? In this mist, you couldn't see the poles in front of us right now. That's how thick this mist was. I walked about 10, 15 feet. Okay, maybe 10, 15 yards. I don't know. I'm bad with measurement. I walked about as far as I am now to the pillars, put it that way. And during that time, the wind got so high that I couldn't take a walk forward. Yeah, this is the Pali Lookout on Oahu. The wind got so strong. I'm down at the bottom now, and the wind is blowing everything away. I mean, it's like so strong. I lift my foot up, and I try to place it in front of my other foot, and it just won't go. And I keep trying because I'm stubborn. I'm like, no, I'm going to do this. And I keep trying, and I keep failing. I cannot get my foot in front of the other foot, no matter how hard I try. And then I turn around and I look, and I realize, well, two things, that not everybody in the group is as heavy as me. Had some wahinis that were threatening to fly away, like holding on to their boyfriends and holding on to people because they were like almost 2 feet in the air kind. And then I noticed that it was dangerous, and then I noticed that it was really eerie. I'm standing there with this wind ripping, all right? I can't even say anything. I end up turning around and yelling at the top of my lungs, guys, turn around, leave, let's go, let's walk back up. And I saw in my flashlight beam the cloud, right? But the cloud was stationary. It hung, it didn't move. The wind was ripping through us, but the cloud was not moving in the wind. And so we walked back, and as soon as we got back up, not even here, all the way down there, we get the Wahini's mass burial over there. The wind died. The clouds hung, the wind died, like a switch was flipped off. And I looked at them, and I'm like, anybody want to try go back? They're like, no. I'm like, good. Oh, thank you. Ooh, thank you, Lay, for the bear and the dolphin. Hey, mahalo. And I'm like, we need to, nah, it's getting to the point where it's physical danger. So we're going to turn around and go back. We turned around, we walking back through here, just all mist, no wind, nothing, right? Just all mist, no rain. It was just like this, just maybe a little denser. We got back out to the cars, and the other guy, we had a newer guy with us. He was the one watching the vans down by the gate. I get over to the van, I realize brother's gone. He's not in the van anymore. And I'm like, what is this guy? Where is this guy? I'm missing an entire person. I'm missing my driver. I got 2 vans. What am I supposed to do? Brother was not anywhere. I start calling for him. I think his name was Micah. I start calling and calling and calling, and then I start honking the horn. And then Micah comes running up from the highway. Yeah, he was soaking wet. I thought he was sweating because he was scared. Yeah, but he was dripping. And he comes up to me and he's like, oh, I'm glad you guys are back. I'm like, you okay or what, bro? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm okay now. I'm okay. He's like, I don't like talk about it. He's like, I'm okay now. Don't worry. And I'm like, why are you wet? It wasn't raining. I'm like, are you sweating? Are you scared? Do you need a blessing or something? You good, bro? And he's like, oh, no. I'm better now that you're here. But he's like, it was raining on me. And I'm like, what? He said, yeah, something was in the bush, shaking the bush. And he jumped out of the van and ran to the lights on the highway, yeah, Pali Highway, right by the tunnel. And he sat down there under the light, and it just started dumping buckets of water on him, on the light, nowhere else. And he said, he's like, he'd rather be wet, yeah, than scared. So he waited for us. And as we drove past through the tunnel over to the windward side, I looked at the light he had pointed to, and there was like a big puddle of water just under that light. Yeah. So it's always good to listen to your kupuna. And for that to be one of the crazy things, yeah, that's acceptable to me. You know, nothing followed us home. We had a night where we started off here. We tell people to take pictures of orbs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta listen to the kupuna, even when the kupuna tell you no come up tonight. Yeah. Um, we had a night where we had the pictures of orbs. So I'm trying to remember exactly because I think I was there, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe Robert just and Uncle Joe just told me the story. They were the other two guides. So good that I remembered that. No, we had the bus, so there was a free. I don't know. Anyway, we came up here. There was an orb. In the orb, we'd always say zoom in, and you can sometimes see faces, letters, figures. There was this one orb that looked no mist, no clouds, nothing. Just this orb. We zoomed inside. It had this figure inside. It wasn't a person. It wasn't a face, but it was definitely distinct. And then over at the Heiau, at the next site, we had that figure again. The same orb, just one with the same thing inside of it. And it's like something is following us, you know. And we just kept taking pictures, like even at the van and stuff. And all the pictures that were taken around this person had this orb. And then we decided, all right, we need to go to the bathroom. We need to go take a bathroom break. So we went to the bathroom break, and all hell broke loose. Everybody went over to the bathroom. They're hanging out, and then that person comes out of the car, and Uncle Joe's like, no, 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 come over here. Come wait over here. He's like, wait in the parking lot with me a little while. I need to go do a blessing on you because you get something following you. So Uncle Joe starts doing the blessing, and his blessing is he grabbed the tea leaf and he whack him with the tea leaf, and he yelling in Hawaiian. He whacks, and I'm watching. Yeah, I was there. I remember watching this, and Robert remembers it the same way. Every time he'd whack the person with the leaf, and he'd pull back up, this orange mist would come out of him. Yeah, this orange mist was pulled out of that individual, out of that person, and then he'd go again, whack it, and then pull it back. And he sent Robert to the neighbor's house to grab more tea leaf plants, and Robert ended up grabbing an entire plant. And so Uncle Joe get this whole tea leaf plant now, not even the leaf, whacking him with this plant. Okay, yelling in Hawaiian, you know, "Aole pilikia, hoi," you know, telling it to go away. And I noticed that as he kept pulling this orange mist out of him, the orange mist didn't disappear. It gathered above them. It gathered into a little cloud above them. And I think I was the only one that saw this. And so the person was finally fine. And then the mist went into another person on the tour. It just went, phew, you know. And so we decided to leave again, to leave that place and to continue. You know, maybe the ghosts, turns out the ghosts will just stay at haunted places because get other ghosts, yeah. Jordan, how's it? Sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm not reading too much over here. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Yeah, feel free to ask. But that was something I had started up here. I haven't heard the conch shell in years or the drums in a long time. Standing over here, but we don't come here at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, Matt, how you doing?
Good. Just chatting away.
Yeah, okay. What's that, Chaz? Really? Why are we still there? Oh, here at the Pali? Uh, Makawao, I don't do tours. I do this. I like doing this on my own pace. I don't really care much for entertaining groups and groups of tourists. Hey, Matt, Phoebe says hi.
Okay. Aloha. Let me call it.
Do you use any machines during your hunts? Sometimes, yeah. Haunted tours, I would say go Lopaka. Yeah. Oh, Louisiana. I get stories about Louisiana. I've been over there. Is that you're in LA, is in California, or Louisiana? LA, Louisiana. That was fun. I'd love to go back over there. Keith, how's it? How's it? Hey, right on, Chris. Portland Andy. Mike Cutty. If you're on the live, pleasure to meet you, brother. Well, we do this every week. You're more than welcome to come hang out with us. If you like doing tour, we can do a tour. I only charge anything if I have to pay for anything. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, I like your one company. You can do a tour for my company." I'm like, "Yeah, but you gotta rent a van." Is there croquis here? Nope, not on Oahu. Yeah, shoot me a message. Let me know. I love doing this. I'm choppy. Okay. Yeah, the reception is 2 bars. Yes, I've been Louisiana. We're in Nu'uanu. Yeah, one of the top 3 things to do on the island of Oahu. The Nu'uanu Pali look at what the hell? I don't know if you guys just want to see one shadow cross by. Okay, reception is good. I'm gonna take a walk until the phone dies. I'm gonna see if I get reception. If not, I'll be back. I'll come back down here where I get reception. This is cool. I just can't see anything in front of me. We'll talk about the Pali pretty well. The pork over the Pali pretty soon. You never see one shadow. Okay. Maybe I'm just tripping out then. No, it's not raining. Just get cloud. I am crazy. This is nothing for me. I feel at home. This place has always felt safe to me. It's always been very welcoming and very respectful. As long as you respect, they respect too. Yeah. You know, the bad spirits not gonna come here and act up because you get all the good spirits watching them. Hey, AT&T is pretty good. Okay, I give credit where credit is due. AT&T is pretty good at the Pali. You good, Matt? Yeah. So far, so good. I'll show you guys the, you know what? I will on the way back. Have you encountered anything so far here, or has it followed you home, etc.? Oh, yeah. My house is protected. I'm very fortunate. I have a lot of guardians, so things don't generally follow me home. But there has been the occasional thing. I told that story last week. Hawaiian God of War tried to follow me home. Looks like rainbows. Sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here. Like, oh yeah, I'll go show you guys the view. No more view. We stay in one cloud. Huh. Hey, Jamie. We're Pali Lookout tonight. Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh, you had a great time, huh? Last time we went come up here. I'll show you guys one picture. This is by Uncle Herb Kane. Yeah. His artistry is just magical. Here's a rendition of his Battle of the Pali where we're staying. And if it was daytime, you'd be able to see the same view that we're seeing on this right over here. One of the things that people find interesting is that there's women in the battle too. Because unbeknownst to a lot of people, women were allowed to fight in the battle too. Yeah. You get one Wahine right over there. Yeah. Kamehameha them, of course, had guns. So Herb Kane would be able to paint things like unreal kind. Like one of the stories I heard from I forget his name. The how can I forget his name? Nainoa Thompson. Nainoa Thompson?
Navigator?
The Navigator, yeah. Was him and Herb Kane were friends. And there were no real pictures and canoes and stuff back when they learned how to voyage. So he went try to put together one voyaging canoe. And he had the idea in his head, yeah. So he created the first voyaging canoe. And they just went throw them together. Nobody knew how to sail. Nobody knew how to do anything, how to control them or nothing. And this was in Kaneohe Bay, yeah. So the story that Nainoa told us was they're over there, they get out on the ocean, they throw the sail open, and they start going real fast, and then they realize that they don't know how to slow down, yeah. And so Herb Kane's in the front, he's the older one, and he just kind of yells back.
Oh, okay, that's people.
Oh, people.
I heard them laughing in the back. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't really shine my leg, but I was like, bro, who's laughing back there?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a woman too. Huh? It's a female. Right about a women's burial mound.
They're like now, though.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
So he would yell to Nainoa, hold on. He was gonna go right into the sand and just beach it. That's how he was planning on stopping it, yeah. So he went right into the sand, beached it. Both guys went flying off of the boat, landed face first in the sand, next to each other. They both looked up with a mouthful of sand. And there was Princess Kawananakoa standing right there. They had landed right in front of her. And she's looking at them. She's like, what the hell you idiots doing? You know, and he's like, oh, we're trying to recreate the voyaging and blah, blah, blah. And from that point on, she became a resource where she funded a lot. She found whatever they needed, she funded, she found for them, all of that stuff. So it was kind of like meant to be kind of thing, yeah. That's not a ghost story, but yeah. Like, so down to the left is the H3 freeway, one of the most haunted freeways, if not the most haunted freeway in the country. It only runs a few miles, but it goes through many, many burials, many, many temples. So much misfortune happened. So many people died on it. When the tunnels finally connected from one side of the island to the other, this big mist, big blue cloud entered the tunnel with the sound of drums and chanting, and all the electronics died. And they had to run 1 mile all the way out to Halava side. There's one of the stories I like to tell about that one is this is in, I think, either Glenn Grant or Rick Carroll's book. There was a businessman coming home late one night, working in the office, you know. So he lived Kaneohe, windward side. He drives through the tunnel at like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. He gets out of the tunnel and he's going speed limit. He's doing good. And then all of a sudden get the blue lights behind him, yeah. Cop pulls him over. And he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? He's like, I don't know. I was doing everything right. He's like, well, yeah, you were going speed limit. He's like, but I got to give you a ticket because you got to buckle your kids up. He's like, what? He's like, yeah. As you drove by, I could see the kids jumping around in your back seat. You got to put them in their seats. You got to buckle them up. You cannot have them jumping around. It's dangerous on the H3. Anywhere it's dangerous, but especially here. The guy looks at the cop. He's like, "Officer, I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "I don't have any kids in my car. I don't have any kids at all." The cop shines his light in the back seat, sees nothing, turns kind of pale. He's like, "Okay, have a good night." Walks away, goes back to his car, and the other guy's thinking, "What the hell?" It's not until he gets home and he turns around to the back seat to go grab his briefcase that he sees all the little handprints and all the little footprints all over the windows in the back seat of his car. Oh, that's a cool view right there. Just with the tunnel lights. I'll show you guys where we used to go. Maybe we can walk down. This the story I told you guys was just like this, right? It was over here. We said, anybody like go down? And they said yes. So we walked this way here. Yeah, I know you guys can really see a lot, yeah. And oh, I'll show you guys one picture after too. We came right over here. Right down here was the tunnel of wind. This one get the little puka, yeah, in the mountain, which cannot really see. You can see on YouTube, but and now they had one landslide, so cannot come down here anymore, unless you like climb the fence, you know. But that's a 900-foot drop straight down, yeah. That's just a cloud, guys. A little bit of mist. It's not ash. It's just a little. We're walking through a cloud. If I turn on this light, you can see it a little better. But the way the phone picks it up is like it's raining. Chuny, most definitely do not drive H3 nighttime. Yep. I used to love coming down here, telling stories about the other kinds of spirits that are down here. Because you got the warriors, right? You got a lot of the other spirits. And this is the Pali. This is where the Pali in Hawaiian is cliff or precipice, but this is where people would cross from the windward side to the leeward side because it's the lowest point, yeah? So this place had a lot of traffic. A lot of people would come by. In fact, this highway was built, I don't know when, but this was like horse-drawn carriage kind of highway going all around the mountain and stuff like that. And yeah. There we go. Oh, shucks. But once you get down there, you don't got warriors that died down there because this road wasn't here, yeah? You got more of the more ancient stuff. Stuff that wasn't human to begin with. You got the spirits down there. Not the ghosts, not the people that went die, that went make, but you get the things that are older than people have been around. Yeah, Pali, look out. This is like Silent Hill. Emilia. Oh, this place is get more people coming up, I think, huh? Yeah, I hear more giggles. I'll show you guys this picture. I'll read this to you. If you guys cannot seem to. Been 300 yards from here, April 5th, 1942, 10 Army Air Corps aviators perished in the service of their country. Here's all of their names. They crashed their B-17E Flying Fortress, returning from a routine combat patrol mission around Hawaii, searching for enemy forces. They crashed in foul weather and darkness on a bleak Easter Sunday evening that claimed the two patrolling combat crews within 10 miles of each other. There was a crash here and over by Makapu side. So less than 300 yards from where we're standing, there's the wreckages of a plane. It's all the way up there. Um, the story that I heard was that their electronics went haywire. They couldn't tell up from down, and they crashed into the mountain. Hawaiian artifacts. I found rocks that I've encountered that I shouldn't have touched, but I did touch anyway. Hey, Conrad, how's it, brother? Oh, no, I have never seen the night marchers, and I've been doing this for about 20 years. I saw what might be them, like a mile away, lights on a ridge kind of thing, and then it just disappears. But by the time we see that, we out already. Yeah, EMF, electromagnetic fields. Picture, that's right. So one night, in fact, one of the first nights I came up here. Hold on. One of the first nights I came up over here, when I first started in 2008, I was on the tour when this picture was taken. If I can find it, hold on. Usually I save them under favorites, but not this time. I gotta go on top of the Facebook and look for them. This was a full body apparition. To us, it looked like a shadow person. There was a shadow just standing up watching us walk out. Someone snapped a picture of it, and it's white. Cover photos, I think. Yeah. Let me turn this off. Here. I'll show close up on each phone. That first I thought, for a long time was Warrior, yeah, because he just kind of standing and watching us. But then it was like, you see the life vest going over the shoulder, under the arm. He's turned with his left shoulder facing the camera, watching you. This was one of the aviators, one of the pilots that had died, yeah. Hey, welcome, Melissa. This was a shadow that was taken back here in 2008. Someone snapped a picture. Yeah, you get the life vest that they would all have to wear, and even in the head, it looks like almost like, let's see, wait, like, bleh. Hold on, like goggles on top of the head, and like an air breather mask, right here. Daughter, hold on. Yeah. So that was one of the pictures I was taking up over here before. In fact, we came up here with the spirit box a few times. And we got the name, I want to say James, like several times. And we asked who's here with us. Let's see if I can remember. It gave us a name that's on the plaque. And it kept saying the name. And a few times we up here. Was it James? Yeah, it was James. So, it's possible that Second Lieutenant James Bushy is still kind of cruising around up here. I don't say that as in, oh, brother is one wandering spirit that's not rest, that kind of stuff. Never one crossover. No, I don't believe that. I believe that the spirits that cross over can come back whenever they want, yeah. Here is a Vahipana, a sacred place. Show respect. Do not move, remove, mark, or wrap rocks. Stay on the trail and off fragile rock walls. It is unlawful to take, excavate, destroy, or alter any historic site on state land. The violation is subject to a fine of $10,000, which is good considering in the old Hawaiian days, to break the kapu would be to die in a lot of cases. But this here, aloha. Oh, you know what? I get this. I get some sweets for you. This is where they had the bones of the women who had fought in the battle. For some reason, some people, when take the bones of the Hawaiian women to a museum in the mainland or Europe or something, and they were finally returned here over a century later, or over 2 centuries later, finally back home to their resting place. I hope you like lychee. Ikala mai kupuna. Leg one.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? I was eyeballing the poi, bro, when I went to Food Land today.
Put in my belly.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this poi look good, but I'm like, I don't think it's gonna make it to the Pali tonight. We get the same thing written in Olelo, Hawaii, and English. I'll read the English. Kind of hard to read with this big thing in front of me. In honor of the bravery, skill, and commitment of Hawaiian warriors, women who fought and died in the Battle of Nu'uanu in 1795, whose bones were then looted by R.C.L. Perkins in 1894 and illegally moved and taken to Cambridge University in England, and thereafter repatriated and reburied more than a century later. We shall never forget your sacrifice and will forever honor your courage with this reburial platform, fondly known as Hale Aloha, Hale Amau. As we illuminate our past, let the light of Aloha shine through to guide our future. The bones live. Yeah. Aloha kupuna. Thank you for your sacrifice. I'm so sorry that your EV was disturbed more times than it should have been. I pray that this is your final resting place, and I pray that it is to your acceptance and enjoyment. Can you feel that, mana? Wow, it's warm, dude. Wow. I kind of just want to stand here for a while, but ooh. Oh, I'm not gonna say that here, bro. They're gonna want some of that.
What is that?
What you guys talking about?
Oh. What is that?
Aloha, and thank you again.
I'm talking about church. I don't know what these girls talking about. I'm a church going boy, bro. More than 7 years of my life.
Kulolo. Ooh, brother.
Oh, the Kulolo Crunch.
Yeah, the Kulolo crunch, bro.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
Yeah. Native plants. You know, I got all that stuff, yeah. I took my uncle here on one ghost tour. He's a retired colonel in the Marine Corps. That was interesting. He felt him right away. And he's not even sensitive. My uncle's from Texas. But he heard the conch shell. And he was like, do you hear that? Do you hear the conch shell? And my mom was like, yeah, I heard that. It was awesome. Now, if you can imagine, if you've been here before and you know, it was really weird. One night, and only one night, we encountered. Oh, mahalo. Thank you. We encountered what I believe that night not to be Madame Pele. The place here smelled like sulfur, and the wind was hot. Under any other circumstances, I would say something else. But this place is Hawaii, so we don't have that kind of stuff at these places. Yeah, the Hawaiian spirits won't allow that other demonic kind of stuff around here, yeah. Because they're all still here. They all still doing their thing. You know, they won't stand for that kind of desecration. Especially a place for all the warriors, yeah. Thank you, Chrissy. Mahalo, mahalo. What's that? We look up the mountainside. I don't like,
chime.
huh? That I about 30 seconds ago.
It keeps repeating it. Beep.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear nothing.
Keeps repeating. Beep. So I stopped back there because I wasn't sure if that was one of our phones or not, but I still hear it. I don't know where it's coming from, but.
I'm not even hearing it, bro.
No?
You standing right next to me and you hearing it? Are you still
yeah,
hearing
I
it?
hear it loud. Yeah, it's still going.
UFOs? Yeah, I haven't heard of anything over here though, Mendiola. But we have some around Oahu that I've heard about, and and Big Island, and all that kind. Stanley, mahalo for subscribing. Holy crap! But a funny story is I came up here. Like when I be parked, sometimes we just park them right over here. Yeah, I had one truck that would come up every night. Yeah, and this guy would come out. This Japanese guy with a mustache would come out, and he would feed the cats. Yeah, well he'd just come out and he put food on the ground all the time, and So one night I was talking with him. Yeah, and it's dark. I wouldn't be able to see him. I wouldn't be able to recognize him if I saw him in the light. But like, so I asked him because he walked right by me. Like, hey, how's it? What you doing? What you do up here every night? He said he feeds this almakua, his family guardian. He's like, I come over here every night and I feed my almakua, the pueo, the owl. Every night I come over here, the pueo flies up to me and I feed him. And so I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's like, yeah, all the time. The pueo comes by. It's my almakua. It's my guardian. So I want to respect it. And, I'm like, right on. And we said goodbye. And a couple years later, I think I'd quit the ghost tours. I came up here again and saw the guy, yeah. So I was talking to him. And I'm like, hey, how's it? How's it? I remember you. I've seen you here a bunch of times before. We're talking story a little bit. He's like, oh, you like know something funny? I'm like, what's that? He's like, oh, I come up here, feed the cats every night. Yeah, but one time had this ghost tour guide. I would tell him I feed my almakua, my owl, and he wouldn't believe me. I'm like, brah, that was me, you fricka. He's like, you fell for it, huh? I'm like, oh no. But yeah, before I knew that there was like an entire colony of cats, I'd be hanging out here, and I looked down there with no clouds on the opposite side of the driveway, of the parking lot. Shine my light, and I see like freaking 100 eyes in the bushes looking back at me. You like spirit box, Malia? Shoots? Can. What is the purpose? What are we trying to figure out? What are we trying to learn? I don't do tours anymore, not since 2014, but I do this. I go out every Friday, I try to, and if I cannot on Friday because get the kind flash flood warning, then I'll do it on Saturday. In October, we go out every night. Anybody can come out. I go to places that are public, yeah, for the most part. Holy moly. Hey, thank you for the coral. Mahalo. Thank you, Miss Lady.
Thing hasn't stopped since we left the mound.
What's that?
Sounds like metal on metal rubbing against each other. Like
Metal
clink,
on metal.
clink, clink.
All right. Now we have a purpose for the spirit box.
I don't know. We're wasn't when we walked up. Never had that sound, but coming back down,
You still hearing them, huh?
I'm still hearing it. That's why I walked over there for go see if because it sounds like it's coming up from this mountainside.
Yeah, that's what Malia said. Look towards the mountain. Not Malia. Uy.
I think that was when we was by the mound.
Yeah.
Though. I don't know. That's why I tried to ask her if that was tonight, or if this was the night that she came up here with us and saw all the warriors up there.
Yeah. Oh wow. So you said metal on metal, and that kind of makes me uneasy because I've heard that noise rarely. That's manifestation happening super fast.
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, not making me nervous, but I just.
What makes me nervous because when we hear that, like this one sounded more like metal scraping on metal. Instantly something happens.
Oh, yeah?
Huge. Like what was that? What was it? Manoa Chinese Cemetery. You know that tree, the banyan tree, the portal.
Yeah.
That was.
I haven't seen it yet, but I know what you're talking about.
That night we were down at the Grand Ancestors grave, right below the tree, and we heard that noise, like metal on metal. That was the first time, and no wind, nothing. All of a sudden, after that noise came from the banyan tree, this huge gust of wind blew out of the tree, did a U-turn, and went right through the group. Hot.
Oh, yeah?
Super freaking hot wind. Went right to this girl who ran to her dad. And this girl was like maybe in her 20s. And the dad asked her what. She's like, what is it? Is it what we've been running away from? Like, bro, what the frick, dude? Uncle Joe had to throw him in the car and take him out and leave me there with everybody else. You know, he never say nothing. He just grabbed them, throw them in the car, and like drive out of the graveyard. Almost hit a few headstones. He said something was no. He told me that when he was driving out, something was trying to choke him. In the car.
I was just thinking he almost hit the headstones.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
But he talked to them and he found out. He took them to the gas station where we picked them up at the end of the tour. He found out the girl used to date a Puerto Rican guy. And the Puerto Rican guy, she broke up with him, so he cursed her. He sent a Puerto Rican god against her that kept following her and jumping out and harassing her and all of that stuff.
So even Aussie just said he thought he heard like keys jingling every time he was walking.
Oh, I get this.
I don't know if that's your keys on the stuff, but what I'm hearing is not that.
That's me. No wind, not windy at all. Just a little breeze.
There is a breeze though that is blowing around the clouds in the wind, so that's why it looks like that in the video.
Yeah. But that sounded like metal rubbing against metal, metal scraping against metal.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hearing. Like, I would imagine like you know how the crickets they run their legs against each other and rub. Like that's what I hear. Like a re, 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 re.
Okay.
That's what I keep hearing. Like.
Well, I don't want my back to that. Let's go ahead and use the spirit box and see what's going on. So to establish a baseline, I want you guys on the spirit box to give me 1, 2, 3, or 4. You know what we're going to do? We'll turn this thing on. This is the Nu'uanu Pali lookout.
Okay, now it stopped. I don't hear it anymore. So it stopped.
Of course.
Oh no, there it is. Start it again.
Well, you know, maybe we'll try something else. I just got a text.
Never mind how the crickets sound. You guys like harassing me, yeah? Tonight.
Hold on, I try to get my Bluetooth up here.
Not in this weather, you don't.
Metallica crickets. Hey, aloha. If you're here, could you let us know? Give us a sign that you're here. Yes, I am Christian. So aloha to the spirits. If you guys are trying to say something and get our attention, you have it. What would you like to let us know that you're here? I mean, you're letting Matt know that you're here. Hey, Hiccups, how's it? Hey, Guam, right on. Joseph, how's it? There you go. Now we're connected. Could you make a noise that I can hear? Miss Lady, what did you see? Oh, and that one. Okay. Oh, brother one hit something. Oh no. Hey, yeah, thank you, Joseph Guerrero. Mahalo. You good, Matt?
Yeah, I'll tell you when I get there.
Yeah, that car went over something, huh? You saw a figure like a man. Oh, wow. Okay.
My brother over there trying to impress these chicks. Fucking, he ran over the curb.
Oh, no.
There's that big clunk that we
Yeah,
got.
yeah, yeah. I
You
heard
know,
that.
over the curb. So I was laughing at him. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's not nice of me.
Yeah, somebody went hit the curb. Well, we listening. If you want to say aloha or you want to make a noise, you can. If you can throw something in front of me, not at me, get my attention. I'll know that you're here. What can I do for you? I get gummy bears. You like gummy bears? Thank you, Christine. Oh, 96744. Same here. You like candy? Oh, what's that? There's something on my left. Not ko siya na light on them there. That's me opening the candy. That's one car. Yeah, it's a motorcycle. Yeah, yeah, you get the Lihimoy gummy bears over here. When buy them from the, you go Foodland Kanio, you always get the people selling them, $10 one bag. They say it's for fundraising, but I think it's like EBT. It's okay, cute girls, little girls. I cannot say no to like 5-year-old girl comes up. You wanna buy gummy bears? Just don't tell my 7-year-old son that I go eat them all. Oh, that car, bro. Yeah, at least the bumper never fall off.
No, he got out of his truck. He got out of his car. Check him and all.
Yep, yep. Yeah, there's a car behind me. So once again, aloha. If you want one of these, this is lychee. This is the lychee noms. Not sponsored. Let me know. Make a noise. Stomp the ground. Something. The thing is, there's no timestamp on this. 1 hour. I'll put them with the 1 hour mark. I go eat them then. I go eat them. I get one over here for you if you like. Look them. All you gotta do is make a noise. I give them to you. The bug is good, huh? Hey, brother, the white lady Kahala? Of course, you get plenty of stories over there about that. Oh, you get choke knobs. Oh, that's my favorite thing. They had 2 for $9 at Foodland. That was a steal, bruh. Nope. Okay, I go eat them then. Oh, this thing is good. How about gummy bears? You like gummy bears? You still hear them, Matt? Yep, you still hear them. Now, Brother, sorry. I tell stories about her on other nights. This one, not so much. We at the Pali, so we kind of try to stay a little more relevant, yeah, to the subject. Sean, how's it, brother?
That was a Kind's topic last night.
Huh?
That was a Kind's topic last night.
Obaki.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
That's what they talked about. The Mahalo lady. The wildlife driving.
Yep. Thank you for all the likes. Wow, we are at 35,000. Ooh, brah. Mahalo. What, Vegas, no more noms? No, are you coming back soon enough, Malia? You can wait. Bamboo Man, kaneoy. I'll tell one story now. Ooh. Yeah. So we would walk down to the lookout, and then we walk down the old Pali Road a little bit when the bugger was still open, right? We'd just go past the gate that was there, that's always open, right? We'd just go right past that gate, stand under a big tree, and we'd switch up the stories a little bit about something else. We would not talk about the battle, not talk about the warriors and the hauntings up over here. Instead, we will talk about the calling spirit. Yeah, the calling spirit. More specifically, down there, I believe it's a calling spirit in the form of a mo'o, a lizard lady, the lady in white, the mo'o wahine. So I'd send them to there, and I would tell them a story. And this is the story from Glenn Grant that I would tell them. I'd fill it in a little bit more to make the story a little more colorful. Kind of say it. When I read the story, I saw it happening like this. Just to let you know, if you read that story, it's not as I tell it. So there was a guy, Steven. He came on one of Glenn Grant's tours. Glenn Grant was one of the first ghost tour guides on Oahu, in Hawaii. He was at Iolani Palace, and Glenn was talking about the calling spirits over at the banyan tree, because the banyan trees are known to have calling spirits as well. And at the end of the tour, this guy Steven comes up from the East Coast and shares with Glenn Grant a story that happened to him. He said it happened back in college when he just came to the islands. He came over to here, the Pali Lookout, in the morning to do a hike by himself and enjoy the scenery and blue sky, white puffy clouds, sunlight, walk down, you get the ginger, right? The white ginger flowers smell real good, right? So he's walking down, enjoying the view by himself down the old Pali Highway. The old Pali Road used to be a highway, but now it's closed and it's all overgrown, yeah. And so as he's walking down, around one of the ridges, coming up the road, he sees this local girl, this beautiful Hawaiian local girl, and she is just gorgeous. And he as he walks by, he looks at her, smiles, and she smiles, and they walk by each other, and then she ends up calling him his name once they walk past each other. Steven, is that you? Steven. And so Steven turns around. You don't do that in Hawaii. You hear somebody calling your name to your back, you don't turn and look. Yeah. So Steven turns around, sees this girl, and obviously this girl knows her. She's like, "Hey, Steven, good to see you. How you been?" And blah 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 blah, and all of that stuff. And yeah, he's like, "Oh, I know if I saw a girl this beautiful, I would definitely remember her. But how does she know me? Maybe she's in one of my classes and I just never noticed because she's sitting in the back or something. But anyway, he's talking, you know. Oh, Steven, is this your first time over here? He's like, oh, yeah, it is. It's nice, isn't it? She's like, yeah, it is. You know, I'm just coming from the waterfalls. He's like, there's waterfalls too? You know, she's like, yeah. Come, in fact, let me take you to them. There's these twin falls up over here. We can go swimming together. And she gives that little sly smile and a wink. And Steven's like, oh, well, I never bring swimming clothes. She's like, that's okay, me neither. And her smile gets bigger, and Steven's like, oh, score. So they start walking. She's taking him to the twin waterfalls, and one step in front of the other. And she know the road real good. She walking backwards, right? Her eyes locked to his. Oh, this girl's gorgeous. He's just looking, staring into her eyes, just loving every minute of it, right? And he notices how she gracefully goes around rocks and potholes and plants without even needing to look. And she's just telling him all this sweet nothings and all of that, everything he wants to hear. And he's just falling for this chick, you know. A few minutes later, she kind of stumbles. Well, Steven kind of stumbles, looks down at his feet, breaks eye contact with her, rights himself up, looks back up. This girl's face is gone. For a split second, it's replaced by the face of an old woman. The old woman looks at him in earnest and says, Steven, run! Steven's like, what the hell was, you know what I mean? What the hell was that? He blinks, and the girl's face is back. And she's acting like nothing happened. And she keeps talking to him in the same tone, and Steven looks in her eyes, and there's something that was wrong, something that's out of place, because he recognized that woman. There's something about that woman that looked familiar. They keep walking. And then as a few minutes pass, they're still walking, eyes locked. And he finally realizes that that's the face of his auntie who had died more than 10 years ago on the East Coast. And he tries to stop, and he tries to slow down. He tries to look away. He can't. She has him under some kind of spell, some kind of trance that he cannot look away. One foot in front of the other. Keep in mind, next to him is a 900-foot drop straight down to the bottom. They walk a few more minutes, and Steven is just getting more scared and more scared, but he can't stop his body from moving. His body just has to obey. She stumbles, breaks eye contact. He stops right there, plants his feet, looks at his feet, notices he's standing feet away from the edge of the cliff, pointing towards the cliff, the 900-foot drop. In horror, he watches the girl continue walking backwards over the cliff. But instead of plummeting to her death, her knees vanish and she's floating on a cloud. And at that point, no, wait, I'm sorry, I told the story wrong. He looks back, as he looks at her, the auntie's face comes back and she yells at him. She's like, Steven, turn around, run, she's gonna kill you. And then he looks down at his feet. Okay, there we go, we're back. And he turns around and runs, seeing this girl, her feet vanishing, her knees, all the way up to her knees, just floating on thin air over the cliff. He runs all the way back up over here, and he can hear her voice in his ear laughing the whole way up, promising, I'll get you next time, Steven. And so at that point, he got home, called his mom, and said, you know, put some flowers on Auntie's grave. Don't ask me why, but just go put some flowers on Auntie's grave for me. Holy crap. Big week. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's the story of Steven. Now, the thing is, there's actually twin falls back there. And it's actually said to be the home of a mo'o, or several mo'o, supernatural lizard people, creatures. What's up, brother?
Hey, you heard that?
No.
They crashed in the bush over here?
Yeah. Cat.
No, I don't think that was a cat. That was too loud for being a cat.
Hey, he would enjoy the story and he would scare him, bro. I will say this, though. I will talk about mo'o, right, over there. That's the story I'd tell, and then I would tell him mo'o. The mo'o are the lizard people. They're shapeshifters, right? If you're, even in old Hawaii, they got the legends, the mo'olelo of them, where the guy is, say, walking. That's a cat, bro.
Yeah, there's a cat,
Yeah.
He got mad, I told him beat it. I had to throw my cigarette away, and he's looking at me. What? Beat it.
That was a cat, Malia. And so, if you're a guy, these mo'o will take on the form of a beautiful wahine, a beautiful lady. And it's like, hey baby, come swim, come wash my back for me. You know, you jump into the water and they drag you down to the bottom and they eat your intestines. For women, however, you don't get one handsome, decent Momoa guy saying, hey baby, come swim. I like you scrub my back. No, women are not that dumb. You'll get a child crying for help instead. Help me, I'm drowning. Help me, help me. If you're a kid, you'll get another kid saying, come, let's play. Come, let's play. Anything it would to get you into the water. And then they drowned you. However, I'm obligated to say, because I've been down this road many times, the old Pali road at night, and I have been scolded. There are many mo'o over there, and the many mo'o were offended when I told this story, because that's not them. Most of the mo'o just cruise. They're just over there, they're doing their thing, they're living their best life. But it's the one or two bad ones that give them a bad name. Yeah, so don't think that they're all like that. Yeah, because they're definitely not. Many of them help too. But you do want to be careful. Animals and spirits know if you check out. Yeah. um, there was a night on the subject of calling spirits. There was a night where we were down there, and I was telling that exact story and that exact thing. And then I was at the part where I said, if you're a woman, it's going to be a child crying for help. And then all the way down the road, around the turn, maybe about 50, 60 yards away, you hear a little girl. Hey, hey you, come help me. Hey you, come help me. All the way down the road, nobody there. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We was doing a midnight tour. Everybody was looking at me and like, brah, what the hell? I think we need to go. And one of the guys on the tour was like, what if that's a real girl that needs help? I looked at him. I'm like, here's my flashlight, bro. You like, check them out. Go. I go wait over here. And he was like, no. So I thought, maybe he's right. So I called back, stood there, called back to this girl at 1 o'clock in the morning. Told her, hey, tell me your name. Who are you? What's your name? Nothing. What school you go? Nothing. Where you live? What's your phone number? That's old school style, right? They got to remember their house number, right? So if they get lost, they can always call the house number. Who's your mom? Who's your dad? You're asking them, like, if you don't answer any of my questions, I'm not going to come down there and look. And then the voice comes back. Hey you, come help me. Hey you, come help me. And I'm like, no, you got to answer the question. Then I'll come down over there. Tell me something else. It was like one broken record. Yeah? Nothing else. So I said, okay, we're leaving then. Bye. And we booked it out of here. A few weeks later, we get out of the van right here. We get out. We're standing right here in this little clearing over here on the concrete. The bushes over here by the handicap stall, which you guys cannot see because it's all foggy. The bushes right over here. You hear that same girl. Because I heard it. And I heard the same girl coming from the bushes saying, hey you, come help me. And I was like, oh, brah, I heard that same thing. I never say nothing. Everybody will turn around and run back into the van. And they're like, no, we don't want to do the site. Let's just go. The last time I heard it was a place me and Matt had been to a couple months ago, yeah? Likeke Falls. So that little valley with the twin falls up there, if it ends up going down into a waterfall called Likeke Falls, coming out by the Kiana Ole Road, by the golf courses, by the graveyard, that kind of area over there, by the H3 in Kaneohe. So we went hiking up there. It's really cool because you walk on a night marcher's trail, yeah, the Orali'i stones. And we got to the falls. We was doing a day tour, yeah. We had 7 people with us, and I'm over there, like, okay, they're gonna go over there. They go take pictures of the waterfall and have good fun, blah blah blah. And then I'm finally gathered them all back, and I'm like, all right, guys, let's go. It's like 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning. I'm like, let's go to the next stop. And as I was at the falls, ready to go, waiting for everybody, you heard that same girl, that same voice. Hey you, come help me, coming from the top of the waterfalls. And I swear, This was in the daytime. There were people that were more than us. You know what I mean? We weren't even telling ghost stories. This was more of a cultural field trip kind of thing. And I watched every member of my group turn around and run all the way back to the van. Yeah. So yeah, I did have to say that about the mo'o though. They're not all bad. You wanna go to a place with mo'o lore and mo'o over there? Go to Kunawai, downtown, over by Liliha. It's a little water spring slash park. Beautiful, beautiful place. But be respectful when you go there. Remember that you're in a place that is not yours. You're the guest. You better behave with pono, with respect. Yeah. Have you ever seen the night marchers? Nope. If I see night marchers, if I hear them, we're going. We're leaving. One of my night marcher stories. Right here at the Pali, we get out of the van. Friday nights, me and Robert. We're standing over here. All of a sudden, you hear boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Me and Robert's like, nope, F that. Jump back in the car, leave. Then we found out it's actually the fireworks in Waikiki at the Hilton White Village, echoing all the way back over here in Uanu. Tell you Pele stories. Not here, but I will show you a picture. Hey, Mrs. Q, mahalo. There was the night that we had. Hey, Mandy, thank you for the subscribe. There is a picture. There was a night that we came over here, and it's the one I was talking about earlier, that it was very hot and we could smell sulfur. Yeah. I'll show you the picture that was taken. I think it's under my paranormal mist. No, it's not. What was it under? Not Orbs. Featured. Oahu Cemetery, haunted places. Hold on, I'm looking for my pictures. Oh, here's a cool picture. Down the old Pali Road, yeah. Here, wait. Here, we had this. Here's a little tree, yeah. Hold on. I cannot zoom too good. I'll show them each. This tree is hanging over the cliff. It's about a good 30 feet down. And the thing was braided Lauhala style, all the way in the back where nobody could reach. The wind just braids the tree. The tree's still there. Yeah, that was kind of strange. I found that out with my friend Joy when we were down here one night. Untitled album. I tried to look for the picture. Oh, this one was taken here. There was no mist, no fog, no nothing. This picture was taken by my friend Jana Shaver. We're talking about Pele, yeah? So hold on. It's hard to catch this on two phones. There you go. I call this Pokey. Pokey is Madame Pele's companion dog. Keep in mind, she took many pictures. There was no mist. There was nothing. There was no wind. And all of her pictures were clear except this one. Cool, yeah? Sorry, I look through my pictures. I get plenty of pictures. Sunset at Yokohama's. What's that? The profile pictures, maybe? I cannot find them. Oh no, it was right here. The first photo I checked. Paranormal mists. So many weird camera effects in this picture. You get everything in the mist, yeah? And I show you where this was taken, right here. right where we're standing. See? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 signs right over there. These tree signs you can see it in the picture. Yeah. That was the night we smelled sulfur and felt heat all up here. So we thought we were in the presence of Madame Pele.
That's if you can show the picture again.
Huh?
That's if you can show the picture again.
This one, yeah?
Yeah, are you sure? Oh, fuck, never mind.
Yeah, you're looking at me showing the picture. You're like, hey, just show the picture again.
Really see. I see the picture, but I thought you was holding it in your hand, not in front of the phone.
Yeah.
My fault. My bad.
No. So yeah, oh yeah, that leads me to, you know what, let's go walk back. We'll talk about this as we're walking back. But let's do a little bit of Mahalo first, yeah. You still hear him?
Yep.
Would you say it's in the same place?
Yeah, he's back there somewhere.
Okay. You want to try find it?
I'm good.
We can walk. We can walk towards it.
I mean, I thought it's here, but like it seems to be moving. It's somewhere back there. Like I said, once we started walking away from the mound, I heard him.
Okay. Well, let's walk a little closer. Tell me if it stays further back. I'll shut my mouth so you can listen. Stop. Was it towards the right in front of us?
As he's walking here, it sounded more towards the left. Or like, stop. It was a consistent being like a consistent cycle. There, it started again.
I turned off my Bluetooth speaker.
There.
Can you see left, straight, right, or like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
I heard it in my left side, but like I said, when we was coming this way, I could hear it on that side, or behind us.
We'll turn off the light, maybe. No more nothing. Aloha. You know what? I don't know where my flashlight went. Oh, okay, never mind. Aloha. Aole pirikia. Who are you? You know what? I'm gonna go down a bunch of could you make a noise to confirm which of these you are? Are you Akua? Are you a God spirit, an Akua? Are you a Uhane? Are you Uhane, a person? Menehuni? Mo'o? Are you Kupua? Well, I hope you enjoyed the stories regardless. Are you a person? Were you alive before? Okay, I respect your silence. You just like Matt, yeah? It's okay, everybody like Matt.
Scare over here now, but it's like speeding up. Like instead of that consistent cadence that it was at, it's like ring, 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 ring. But it's super soft, like way in the distance now. As we came up here, yeah.
It wants yeah. I don't. It wants you to know that it's here.
Well, I've been hearing you, so I know you're here.
And again, probably because if I could hear it, I'd be like, I'll go full investigation mode maybe. I want to know. I want to let you know that we're here, but you know, that's it. Well, thank you. I wish peace for you. Once again, aole pilikia. No disrespect intended. It's when YouTube ghosts, they like Matt's attention. Hey, California Haunts, how's it?
Well, I went back on that live, Joe, the one I said the spirit box.
Yeah.
Dude, the thing, so I went back and I got the timestamps for it. But the thing called Dad in my son's voice 3 times.
The
Then
spirit
when I never
box.
respond, the thing said Matt in my son's voice. And that's when and you can hear me in the background say, what? Yes. And then I realized that I answered something I wasn't, but the thing just kept saying our names that whole night, the rest of the spirit box. I was like, oh, dude. I was like, bro. Like you said, Matt, like you said Dad twice in the early beginning, and we went on talking, and then later on, then you could hear me freaking say it. I was like, oh no, why did I answer this thing? Bro. That was just, that was kind of stupid of me, but it sounded like my son's voice, so I just kind of,
Yeah,
I don't know,
just kind of habit.
wise, I just answered like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn.
Maybe they think Matt's a hunk. Yep.
What? Stop. Freaking Aussie.
Yeah, you know we all thinking it, bro.
Yeah, hunk of beer belly is what I got, and I don't drink no more.
Yeah. That's a dad bod, bro. Yeah.
Well, I'm old enough to have it.
Yep. Oh, YouTube going off, bro.
Don't laugh, you guys. Fun, yeah? No. If I can give it, I can take it. Don't worry. Give it up, guys. Give it up. Yeah, by the way, you can climb this whole thing right here.
Oh, he was trying to climb over the whole curb.
Yeah, he went up over this. That's what that big crash was, the guy. That's why I was cracking up, laughing.
Oh yeah, no more, okay, no more grass.
I don't know if it was this one or what, like, I don't know. It was one of these, but I heard him, and I saw stuff, got out of the car looking, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, at least he never leave his bumper.
Going out of direction.
He's like, bro, this place haunted, bro. It's nice to see people coming up here, though. And that they're not disrespectful. You know what I mean? Nobody drinking, nobody partying up here. You bring your girl over here, scare her a little bit, you know, a lot of giggles, right on.
That's how, so you can get close, right? You gotta scare them, man. So, oh, come on, I protect you, I got you, babe.
Yeah, but nobody taunting the spirits, no more nothing like that, bro. Brad, 3 times tonight? No, I think he was talking about last week.
Yeah, this is the other night when we were sitting in the trail. And we had the spirit box playing. So we went back to the trail, the one that Joe went with his by himself with his dog.
Yeah. Oh,
and then me and Joe went back a couple weeks later.
Was that last week? That was last week, huh?
No, last week we was in the ditch.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was the week before.
Okay. Yeah. That was the other week that we had to cancel because of rain. Do the spirit box. Hey. All right.
No, Troy. He climbed the curb. He didn't climb the curb. He climbed the curb. The bottom of his car was that big.
All right.
Snooze.
1, 2, 3, or 4? 2? 5? 5 is not an option. I heard 2. 4. 3. 4. Everything but 1 then, huh? Okay. I think my battery's still dying. Okay, number 1. We'll see. If you're here, can you say my name? Or can you say Joe or Matt?
Yeah, you hear him.
Hear what?
This is what I've been hearing. They're super fast now.
I'm hearing the crickets.
And that's most of it what I was hearing up there. Because that's the sound right there. I could hear him from all the way up there.
I wasn't hearing, bro. I'll tell you, dude.
Crickets.
Dude, I'll tell you, I wasn't hearing no crickets, dude.
Yeah, no, I could hear that thing from all the way up there. As we started getting over here, I could hear him on the left loud. So I'm like, hey, that's what I've been hearing. Yeah, okay, that's crickets. I'm cool with that.
Okay. No, well, you was hearing crickets that I wasn't hearing the whole time.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I was hearing this whole time. So now that you can hear it, okay, that confirms that, okay, it was crickets, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Which I was kind of thinking, I told you, right, like, sounded like 2 crickets rubbing legs together, but
Yeah.
from a distance, it sounded like metal.
Mm.
Metal. It's like, what the hell is that rubbing?
You hear ghost crickets, bro.
Sorry.
Bugs now, all they sound down there.
Yep. Can you tell me who's with us?
Huh?
Ha? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your name 2 or 3 times?
Move.
Could you tell me what was Matt hearing back there?
Because I had
No? Oh, bro, even that looks cool, dude. The lights all the way up there. That's Pali Highway over there. Wee. Where I went park? Oh, we're not at the gate yet. I thought we walked out the gate and I'm like, wow, where we went? When we went park? Turn the light down time. Oh, look at that mist over there, bro. So, yeah, there's the gate. I wonder what happened. Because I remember for a long time, as we were walking up this way, the right side, no more any noise. Look, yellow car coming right now. They probably see one light. They're probably like, "Oh, bruh." You keep hearing Brad or Dad. This light is the highway, Pali Highway. This is street lights over here. So my old story, this is the road we was walking up, where we had the old Hawaiian man crawling down the street, yeah? Road, yeah. Any spirit, remember that? I know my light is complaining. Oh, car coming. It does almost look like snow. That's cool. Britt, how's it? Huh? Yeah, one more car. Look, we missed all the action up there. Yeah, we missed all the action. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's not raining in Kali. Not raining here either. It looks like it is, but it's not. So, what would you like to say? Is your name Brad, or do you want to talk to Brad?
That's all.
Well,
Is your name Brad, or do you want to talk to Brad? Right on. Well, hey, Britt, shoot me a message. I'm always available. You know that. If I can help you, let me know. Even just someone to talk their ear off a little bit. Let me know. Jamie, I forgot Brad was here. California. Oz. As an Aussie? Hey, you can say Jamie too.
Get on with it.
Hey, thank you, Lay. Mahalo. This is not a frequency for the next 6 weeks. This is a app. This is not the PSB or the I don't even know what it's called. It's not the one that uses. It doesn't use radio frequencies. It uses stored phonetics that it plays at random. It works on and off Wi-Fi, on and off data. So you don't need data to use it. Is what I'm saying. Hey, so are you, Brittany? Hey, Aussie said, "What you want? What you want with Aussie?" Oh, interesting. You know what? We'll do that. It turned on the effects, the echo, the phaser, the reverb, and the fade. I put it down on the car, and it will turn on. Right on, Britt. I'll go tell another story. The spirit box is not something I can concentrate on tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I'll tell a story about over here because you come to the Pali and you have to, right? Pork over the Pali. Yeah, it's a superstition. You cannot take pork over the Pali. The Pali is a tunnel, goes over the Pali Highway, goes from the leeward side to the windward, windward to the leeward. And the stories are, or the superstition is, you cannot take pork over the Pali because you will make Madame Pele angry, or you will upset the spirits, or for whatever reason you're not supposed to. The actual reason, I'm not sure. One of the reasons people say is because Kamapua'a, who's a demigod, a shapeshifter, half man, half pig, him and Pele fought it out to a stalemate, and they agreed to separate every island, so the dry side belongs to the goddess of the volcano, and the wet side belongs to Kamapua'a, which would be leeward and windward. And this is the separating point of leeward and windward. So anytime you try to bring any form of Kamapua'a over to Pele's side, you are breaking the trust. Kamapua'a will get mad. Yep. Although, I don't understand how that would work if you're taking pork over to the windward side, right? But there's so many things that have happened, so many stories of people who have done it. There's like hundreds of stories of people who have had it break down. I've had it break down. I've had my car break down so many times because of that. I remember my mom was coming home from I think it was Costco or something. This is a long time ago, so maybe it wasn't Costco. But she was coming down the Pali, and she had a Saturn, and her brakes went out. I remember her saying about that. The brakes went out, and she had to take the emergency off ramp. And then she found out that the brakes were fine, and she had pork in the car. And so that might have been it, Yeah. On one of the tours I did, we came over here. We parked up. No, we walked up. Oh, this place getting action tonight, bro. Jeez, three more cars coming up. So yeah, we had parked here and we started walking. I think we got up to the parking lot and things started happening, and we decided to turn around and not even go to the lookout. So we turned around and came back down. We're talking bushes shaking. It was really scary. I was by myself. This was the first tour I had where I only had one van, and I had 13 people in the van. Those the big Sole vans, yeah. And so we come down over here. We all get in the car, and I go to start the car up, and the car doesn't want to start up. It's dead, nothing, right? And I'm like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I'm like stuck here with a bunch of paid customers. Am I supposed to refund them? What? You know what I mean? So I call up the owner of the company, this guy, Chris, and I'm talking to Chris, and I'm like, hey, what are we supposed to do? And he's like, anyway, we're talking about calling a taxi cab or something. This was before Uber and Lyft, huh? So, I hear there's a couple, right? The boyfriend was sitting shotgun with me, and the girlfriend was sitting right behind him. And I hear the girlfriend and the boyfriend talking. And she's like, hey, honey, check go outside. I like to talk to you real fast. I like to tell you something. He's like, oh, I'm not going outside. It's scary. That happened right here, okay? I was parked right here, right behind the gate on the road. And I remember it was on the right, facing this way over here, right? So I hear her, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? Should I come out of the car? And the boyfriend never liked, yeah. So she kept going, hey, I'm going to... Come on, I gotta tell you something, only for your ears. So she opens up her side door, and he's like, okay, fine. And she pretends she's coming out, yeah? So he steps out of the car. She slams her door, she slams the front door and locks it. She locks the boyfriend out of the car. Over here, brother is knocking on the window, pounding on the door. Let me in, let me in, let me in. I'm looking at her, she's like, never mind, leave him over here. He gets cell phone, he can call for help. Leave him over here. And I'm like, I cannot just leave somebody over here. And plus the car no start up. And you hear the guy, I'm sorry, let me in, I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? And I'm like, hey, the car not gonna start up, So we don't have a choice. She's like, oh yeah, we'll try now. So I turned the key, car roared to life. Oh, the guy started panicking, hitting the window even more. Just, I'm sorry, I never mean to do it, I'm sorry. I'm like, bro, what did you do? What happened? And I'm like, you know what? The car started up. Everything is safe. I'm not going to leave brother over here. I open up the door. He took one step in the car. The car dies. He takes one step into the car, the whole van dies. And you hear one auntie in the back. Hey, leave him over here. You heard the girlfriend? He gets friends to call. Leave him over here. And the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm like, why do you keep apologizing? And I'm like, hey, bro, come outside, come outside. You know, so me, I walk around the car, I go outside. I walk over here into the bushes with him. And I'm like, brother, what's going on? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, bro, I'm sorry. I'm like, why are you sorry? He's like, he pulls out a can of Spam from his pocket. And I look at him and like, bruh, what the hell? You just get one random can of Spam in your pocket. He's like, I'm like, what is that? Midnight snack. And he's like, oh, I was told you cannot take pork over to Pali, but, you know, I always wanted to try them, but I never liked trying them in my own car. So I told him, brother, you got to put the Spam on the side over here. Put them in the bush. Say a kalamai. Say you're sorry. All right? Leave the Spam over here. So he did all that. He gets back in the car. Car starts up. No problem. We drive away. He was quiet the rest of the night. Nobody like talked to him. He never like talked to nobody. All shameless way, yeah. So yeah, Spam. I had to research Spam. Spam is like 85% pork shoulder or random pork bits. Hey, Felix from Arizona. How's it? I was 17 years old by myself at 1 a.m. Never doing that again. Had to... Oh, call coming in. Hold on, get one story over here. Kamapu'a will get mad. I did it when I first started to drive. Took Kalua pig plate home from a party. My car randomly turned off, going 50 miles an hour, coming out the second tunnel. Kalua bound. Oh, brah. I'd roll it to the lookout on the bottom, threw the plate away, and apologized. After 10 minutes trying to start it, as soon as I apologized and threw it away, the car started up like nothing. I was 17 years old by myself at 1 a.m. Never doing that again. Oh, that sounds like a good lesson to learn. Brit, you get lava. Sweet.
You talk, I was trying to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's because there's something that the spirits like with pork. Or don't like with pork. Even the Bible speaks about pork. Yeah. The Old Testament. And swine, yep. Yeah. The hooved cloven feet, like the devil. You're not supposed to eat any animal with hooved cloven feet or something like that.
They call them dirty, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a podcast I've seen or something that they was kind of explaining.
Yeah.
That the people turn into the, like, I guess the bad people turn into a pig or something like that. It's kind of weird. Yeah. So
yeah.
That's how I got the whole, the swine and all of that stuff. Like,
yeah. Hey, don't worry, Brent. Did you tell the story about the lady that would call the men off the cliff at the Pali? Yeah. Well, you're not paying attention to me tonight. Pigs will even eat human. Yeah, that's true. Pigs will eat everything. Yeah. Lots of people bring rocks home from Hawaii. So yeah, I think that because Glenn Grant talked about this, and it makes sense to me, and I believe it to be true, that the people, we live on the bottoms. We live by the rivers, we live by the beaches, we live by the food sources. The spirits, they're the ones that dwell on the very tops of the mountains. They're the ones that dwell where the air is clearer, and the higher you go, the more powerful, the more higher level the spirit is, yeah? Which is why Mauna Kea is so sacred, right? Anyway, yeah, sorry. I love Mauna Kea. It's awesome. But at the Pali over here, you have the top of the mountain, which is also the lowest point in the Ko'ola mountain range. So you have a mixture of both worlds, right? So you have both of them. There was one story I always like to tell this one too. This was Rick Carroll's story. Um, a story that he had collected. There was a young guy and an older guy on the Big Island, and the young guy was training, yeah, learning, and the old guy was teaching him how to basically just drive around, deliver whatever needed to be delivered, yeah. So this one night, the delivery was a pig, one dead pig or kalua pig or something like that. But it was like the whole pig, I think, cooked or imud or whatever, right? And they put him into their car and they started driving, I think, from Hilo up to Waimea side. And they get to a point where the car just dies. The car just completely dies. And the boy looks at the older man. He's like, "Oh, you know, my tutu told me. She said, you know, you gotta go outside and you gotta offer some of the pork to the spirits, and then they'll let you pass. Because yeah, these wandering spirits will stop you if you get pork." And the old man looked at him. He's like, "Nah." He's like, "I get something else for the spirits." He went outside and he peed around the car on all the tires. He pulled down his pants. He would pee all around the car, pee on all the tires, jump back in. The car roared to life, no problem, and they drove on. And the boy is thinking, "What the hell?" You know, you taught respect the spirits, respect this, respect that, and you know, he's like, "How come you did that, Uncle? That's not kind of nice, huh?" He's like, "You know, if you go over there and you give them pig, but by the way, that's not even our pig, yeah. But if you give them a piece of pig, every time you drive here, they go stop for more. They go stop you for more. It's not theirs, yeah. It's not even ours to give. So I gave them something else. I guarantee you, they're not gonna stop you again. If they go stop this guy, all you're gonna do is piss on me." You Hawaiians aren't big on car maintenance. uh, Car maintenance no matter when you get pork over the Pali. That's some country right there. If it works, it works. No, that's a lot of the stories of the mentality. I mean, if you guys watch me for a long time, you may kind of think sometimes I'm going a little overboard, but I mean, there was a barge that had beached itself up on Molokai, right? This barge had beached itself, and they waited for high tide. They got the tow boat. They were trying to pull them off. They tried everything, but this barge was stuck on the reef, right? And it wasn't going anywhere. And so they called a kahuna, an old Hawaiian priest. And this old Hawaiian man came aboard the boat and said, "Get plenty ghosts, get plenty spirits. The spirits don't like let it go." And so they asked him to do a blessing. So this old Hawaiian man comes up. He's like, "Okay, I'll do a blessing." He's standing on the boat. He unzips his zipper and starts peeing all over the boat. And starts yelling. He's yelling. He's like, "Hey, let go of this boat right now. What's the matter with you guys, huh? You guys was alive before. You guys had a chance. Get the hell away. Leave us alone. This is our time to live. You guys had your own." You know, and as he's yelling at it, he's yelling at them and yelling at them, and then the boat, literally, the barge literally slides off the reef like butter. Gone. So it all depends what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? I like to respect people for the. I respect people, but you're gonna make my life hard. It's you're gonna go over there, cause me trouble. I'll respectfully pee on you. You know, not a person, but yeah, no. I'm not into that. But no, that's kind of how I've learned to deal with this and that. Brah, yeah, a bunch of howlies looking at the kahuna like he was crazy. Hey, I would have been looking at the kahuna like he was crazy. Like, "What the hell are you doing, Uncle? You're supposed to respect the spirit. You're supposed to talk to them, leave them offerings, chant, all of that." Like, nah, let's go pee on them. Eh, it works. If it works, it works. So. All right. Good night, Brittany. Good seeing you. Joy, how's it? How's it? It's not that misty anymore. Well, actually, no. Look at the road. Yeah, it's not misty where we're standing as much anyway. I mean, nah, still kind of see it smoke. And yeah. Remember Hawaii, you get plenty stories. Plenty ghost stories. Plenty. I no more just ghost stories. I get stories of working at the mental hospital too, yeah. You get plenty stories over here. Everybody get plenty stories. Yes, ma'am. We went to the Pali. AT&T. I found something it's good for. I never lose reception, and I walked all the way to the lookout.
As soon as we started coming down the road, I'm dead in the water right now. That's why I'm not in a chat gang.
What'd you get? T-Mobile?
No. Verizon?
Verizon. Oh, yeah.
But
That's what I meant.
always, yeah, every time we come over here, I know
Shoot, tell me, bro.
Nah, it's all good. Fuck, I don't care. I'm only harassing them in the chat anyway.
Sorry. Everybody missing you, bro.
Nah. Catch you guys
They're
later.
saying, boo, where's Matt?
I silently stepped out. Never mind.
Hey,
never
right on,
mind.
Jordan Paranormal. Mahalo, thank you. Every situation is different. Yeah, you don't go over there. I always learn to treat the ghosts like kupuna, ancestors. You know, they're family. I'm Hawaiian. They're Hawaiian spirits over here too, even if we're not Hawaiian, yeah. You treat them with respect. There's... You hear that?
A car.
The high whining?
Yeah. Here. Coming back.
I heard that over here,
Yeah.
in front of me. Yeah. Yeah, I hear the crickets. Yeah. But yeah, anyway. Oh. Never went sit down for 2 hours. More than that. I'm sure there's spirits that still have memories and they're looking to be heard. Yeah. There are things to be afraid of though, trust me, right? There are things that try to speak in Latin, that try to control, things that possess, things that harass, things that taunt, things that smell like rotting flesh. Come across those before. Not up here though, never up here. All the ghosts over here, I think, kind of keep them all in check, yeah. I can imagine, yeah, you and ghosts. You think you and badass ghosts, you come walking over here. You go be greeted by a few thousand warriors, and they go be looking at you like you lunch. It's so fun because we're driving up the road over there. All the street lights up. Everybody, all laughing on the tour before. They laughing, cracking jokes. Ghost this, ghost that. And then we take this off ramp over here, and we start driving up this road with no lights. And they're looking at me and they're like, "Are we getting out over here?" I'm like, "Yes, sir. We're getting out. We're walking around, and we're going to be looking for ghosts." Oh, and by the way, this is the battlefield where a few thousand people supposedly died. Then everybody changes real fast. Yeah, Aussie, right on, bro. Lopaka is really good. I have a lot of stories. I have a lot of the same stories. Lopaka has a lot of stories. Yeah, brother, you come down over here, I do a tour just for you. You and whoever else comes down. All you guys, bro. Let me know. I love doing this, you know. And as you guys can tell, I can talk all night. I'm not even Portuguese. Hope nobody was getting murdered. I give another story. Was that no? If you believe in good and evil, they must be the same with the spirits. Yep. It isn't a common occurrence here. Isn't it a common occurrence to hear drums when encountering night marchers? Yes. Not a stupid question at all. Yeah. I always listen if I were to hear the steady cadence, yeah, of drums. Because keep in mind, the spirits can play drums, right? And every now and then they will. But it's not a steady cadence, like a marching cadence. If you hear the steady cadence, for me, that's when it's time to leave. Yeah. Those are some girls that went drive by. Yeah, those are some people driving by in a car. I swear one time East Range near Wahio, I heard them in the distance. Oh yeah. So I work for a security company and I deal with most of the schools. Yeah. Um, I'll just tell it. Lelehua High School, I was told by my predecessor that worked for the schools before, that was assigned all the schools. We do like security cameras and all that stuff. He said that he was like, he came there to service their system, and one of the security guards, or they would pull him to the side and say, take a look at this. And he showed him a video recording of night marchers walking through the building. The guy, Manny, he took me right to the building, right to the place, and said they were walking in a line right over here. The guy showed it to me and then deleted it. The guy showed it to me and then deleted it. They were walking right through this building and they were going that way. So I put up my phone, I went GPS them, and I went point them, and they were heading right towards the birthing stones, Kukani Loco. Yeah, Hawaii will hit you with a paddle full of shark teeth. But I mean, it all depends. I've been at Ulupo Heiau over down in Kailua, and all of a sudden I start to hear drums. And oh, bro, I start freaking out, bro. Come to find out, it's Kailua High School band at one football game across the street. Well, we have heard drums before on the tour, and that's when we leave. Like, it's been on the recording, yeah. It's been on the stuff where you can hear the dum, 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 dum. It's like, all right, time to go. If they are grounded how is it so peaceful there? I sense no. The people alive are louder. Fleeting moment, but true. Yeah. Hey, thank you, brother. That's a good question, but I notice a lot of ghosts. I don't know if it's just a repeat. So, well, thank you for sharing. Uhani Wahine, mahalo, ice cream cone, thank you. This is how I see it. It could also be the Death March too. This is how I've always kind of seen it. Is problems. Okay, when see in Hawaii, when you die, it said you go to the realm of the Aumakua or Ao Aumakua, right? So then I ask, why are the why are the bones so sacred? Because there's no doubt about it. The bones, the Eevee, are super, super sacred. Like, you don't touch, you don't mess. Ruhani Wahini. Ivan and I heard a conch show at Chinese Cemetery. Yep, that's awesome. I miss Ivan. My theory that I came across is that when you die, you have energy, and the law of physics is energy cannot be destroyed or or created, just kind of transferred. But so it doesn't just go poof and disappears. Your memories, all of that stuff is energy. It's something. It's an imprint, right? So when you die, your uhane, your spirit, your uhane, your higher self, your conscious self, that will move over to the other side, into heaven. But it will take with it the mana, the memories, the lessons, that time you fell off your bike and your neighbor helped you, the joy you got from riding a bike. But it's not going to take the knowledge of how to ride a bike, because you're never going to have a physical body again. You're never going to need to know how to ride a bike, right? All that thing, that is still energy, right? So where does it go to? It goes to the bones. So essentially you're split up into two. Your old self, of all the stuff that you don't need to take with you, left behind in your bones, which is still enough to manifest you as the person that you were, right? And then your higher self that you take with you and you move on. I know it's kind of complicated. This is just what I've come up. I could be wrong, all of that stuff, but yeah. But for the most part, people down here, we live with the spirits. People kind of find it scary, but I was always taught to respect. Yeah. unless they're harassing you, you respect, because they don't know. Well, I'll tell you guys a really strange story that's kind of helped me figure things out. That didn't really start making sense until not too long ago, about a few years ago. So, because I do ghost stories and all that, apparently I know how to bless houses, which now I do because I've had to. Um, there was a time, I think it was 2015 or 16, my coworker told me that the church he goes to, there's a priest, a prophet that's coming in. And so he wanted to invite me. He's like, dude, you got to check this guy out, man. You're into the paranormal, the supernatural. You're going to love this guy. This is Prophet Nathan, I think, or Nathaniel. And he comes over and he'll give the sermon, he'll give the word, but then he'll stop in the middle and he'll call, I think each and every person that's there, call you forward. And he will tell you about your life, about your future, about your current situation, about things that you need to do. And then he will touch your forehead, and I'd say 80% of the time, 90% of the time, the people that as soon as he touches them, they faint. Like my friend was Salele that told me that, and brother is like 6'5", his dad was like 6'9". You get those two guys, as soon as he calls you up, you stand up, and they go right behind you to catch you when you fall. So he called me, and I was like, all right, cool. And so he starts talking, and he tells me something a little more generic, but about things that I like. The first time he called me, he told me I'll be a good politician or a good scientist. I lead the Hawaiian people and do a good job and all of that stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then about half an hour later, he calls me up again. He's like, you again, I've got another message for you. This is weird. He looks at me, he's like, just looking at me, he looks confused. He's like, I'm getting a message. And by the way, while this was going on, all of this, I could hear and I could feel somebody behind him, like an angel whispering into his ear, telling him what to say, right? I'm not too sure exactly what denomination of church it was. And he looked at me, he's like, the old Hawaiian gods, they know you. Madame Pele knows you. All of these ancient spirits, they know you. And he looked at me, he's like, the kupuna, they learned from you. And I looked at him and I, don't you mean that I learned from the kupuna? He's like, no, the kupuna, they learned from you. And then he looks and he comes down and whispers to me, he's like, is anything I'm saying make any sense to you? But goes right out here. He's like, is anything I'm saying make sense to you? And I'm laughing. I'm like, bro, it makes perfect sense. He's like, well, at least it makes sense to one of us, Yeah, that's Solele. Hey, Hawaii, tell him Joe said hi from Haleimoa. That's the one. He's about, 35 now, maybe? Solele. I forget the last name, though. I haven't seen that guy for a long time, yeah. But yeah, it never really occurred to me before that the kupuna, the ancestors learned from me, until I realized that when I bless houses, things are happening, things are being thrown around, doors are being slammed, shadows are being there, a lot of anger, but no one's being touched. So this is not demonic, this is not evil, none of that stuff, right? And so it's a Hawaiian spirit that's buried under the house that doesn't know that there are people living above them, and they're upset because their resting place is being desecrated, right? And so it's my job to be the intermediate guy, the guy in between, and I go over there and I call upon the kupuna that's buried underneath and say, hey, listen, you got some people living up here. And I call the people that moved into the house, and I'm like, hey, listen, you got a neighbor downstairs. You guys got to do something to respect them a little better than that. I've as much as had them, a psychic friend of mine call me and say, oh, Joe, I have this old Hawaiian man. He's a spirit. He says he's from by the stadium area, and he wants to talk to you. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It's like I had just gone off the phone with a lady who was from that same area who was having hauntings going on. And she's like, yeah, He says that you're trying to help the people, so he wants you to give them a message. And the message was to stop throwing the cigarette butts in the yard, and to clean up the yard, and don't fight so much. You're making his area pilau. And so I called up the lady. I called her back, and I'm like, hey, by the way, I got a message for you guys. And I told her, she's like, frick, I told my husband, stop throwing his cigarette butts outside. She's like, okay, we'll do a better job, because they had just moved in and they were still unpacking all their boxes for everywhere and all of that stuff. And the two can live in peace and harmony, yeah? And they take care of each other and they watch over each other and all of that stuff, right? Yeah. So yeah, hey, Bula, how's it? Sorry, it's just wondering, definitely the kind of church where you would encounter speaking in tongues. I don't know, it wasn't really speaking in tongues. This guy would speak regular. Like, I remember the first person he came out to, he looked at them and he called them up. They were a couple, and he said, you guys live across the street. You guys live in Waimanalo Beach Park. You guys are homeless. He said, oh, well, yeah. He just kind of called him out right there. He's like, you need to go sleep early tonight, because you're going to get a phone call at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it may not seem like much. But if you answer that call and talk and go down this path, within a few weeks, you'll be living in Hawaiian Homestead over here. You know, that's the kind of guy it was, right? So yeah, I mean, you just gotta find Pono. And this, I don't come here to scare people, but trust me, there are scary stories and stuff like that, yeah. But that's not the purpose, yeah. People are more scary than ghosts. Anyway, we are going to flip you guys around and scare you guys. I'll show you guys my face. Ooh, junk. There we go. Yeah, bad lighting. I'm talking more of the people that he touched. Yeah, it was cool. He touched me, and I felt dizzy, but I wouldn't fight him. Yeah, I felt dizzy. I could feel the energy. It was awesome. It was divine. It was cool. I don't doubt that guy at all. But yeah, guys, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Get this thing off my shoulder, because this big thing over here I've been carrying around all night. If you guys in Hawaii, stay safe, stay dry, because it's supposed to rain more tomorrow, yeah. But it was a pleasure, you guys. Thank you guys for listening to me rant and talk story. We try to do lives every Friday night at 8 p.m. Hawaii time. But if cannot Friday, we do them Saturday. I try to mention it on YouTube. I do have links and stuff to more. And I am also trying to build up and life, yeah, get all kinds of stuff to do. But I gotta do better at it, yeah. I will. Brittany. Came back for a moment, Joe. I went, okay, you DM me on Discord, right on. Yeah, you too. But yeah. I wonder what a ghost all mad for. Yeah. Anyway, guys, you guys take care. Stay safe. Stay dry. Mahalo nui. And say bye to Matt too. I think Matt's sleeping over there, standing up. You okay, bro? You would carry your chair around the whole night. We never sat down once.
Gotta be prepared for that.
I know. I would carry this backpack around with my chair and tripod and care. But yeah.
Aloha, guys.
Yeah.
Ahuyo.
Yeah.
I'm not dead yet. I hurt it, but I'm not dead.
Yeah. Well, take care, guys. Have a good one. Peace.